Hi. Good to see you again. Welcome everyone here. Okay, welcome back to our fifth R&D Career Talk in Korea seminar. Thank you for taking your time to join us today. My name is Jane Kim. I'm interculturalist and I will be a moderator for today's session. Here I am with our panelist, Tergel, and invited speaker, Sabaina Irfan here on my left side. So I'd like to let our panelist, Tergel, to introduce himself.
Sure, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Tergel and it's very pleasure to be here. And I recently graduated from KIRD with my master's in AI, and now I'm in the process of launching my own AI startup here in Korea. So I'm very excited to be here. Thank you.
Okay, I think we have a lot of things to listen from you also, because you are just started your business, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, this is the final session of this year as a career talk for seminar. And KIRD is a government-funded institute under the Ministry of Science and ICT and support the career development programs, especially for researchers in science and the technology field. In our first seminar, we invited a researcher from startup. And in the second one, we invited a researcher from Samsung SDS, the major big company. And in the third, a researcher from government-funded research institute. And on the fourth seminar, we invited a researcher from Hankook Tire. You can find all these records on our KIRD YouTube. Okay, we hope this session gives you a new idea and practical tips as you plan your own career in Korea. So we are really excited to have you here with us today. Okay, now let me welcome today's speaker. Before welcoming her, I would like to briefly introduce about her. Sabaina Irfan is now she's working in Gas DNA since 2023 as a firmware developer. And also she worked as an intern in Next Sensor in 2023. And she got a bachelor degree in Pakistan and master's degree in electrical and electronic engineer from KIRD. And she got a visa of F27 visa. Okay, now I would like to invite our speaker to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Sabaina Irfan, and I work as a firmware developer as introduced at Gas DNA. And I originally came to Korea as a graduate student at KIRD, and over time I transitioned from academic research into industry. So today I will share my journey with you, how I moved from the lab to real industrial products, and how it is like working as a foreign engineer in Korea, and also some of the lessons that I learned along the way. And I hope my story give you some practical ideas for your own path, whether you are trying to do some research or industry work or a mix of both. Let me briefly introduce myself. I studied electrical engineering and during my master's at KIRD, I focused on design of some optical devices through some inverse and intelligent AI algorithms. And that experience kind of gave me a strong foundation in research. And after graduation, I joined Gas DNA as a firmware developer. So my work now connect my previous experiences towards some real industrial application. I also came from Pakistan, so my journey not only include a technical transition from research to industry, but also a cultural transition in a whole new country. So because of that, I will not just talk about technology and projects, but also about language, culture, and how can you build a career in a new country. So firstly, let me tell you briefly about what I do at my current company. So at Gas DNA, our main focus is developing gas detection system used in places like factories, tunnels, or plants where gas leakages can be extremely dangerous. So as a firmware developer, my main job is to turn these raw signal into reliable information and alarms that can actually save life of people. We work with like optical oxygen sensors and NDIR gas sensors for detecting hazardous gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. So microcontroller read these signals, controls timings, and communicate with other devices. On the top of that, we also implement algorithms to filter noise, compensate for temperature, and detect some abnormal patterns. So our firmware then like drives displays, buzzers, relays, and communication interfaces, so operators can react quickly. So our priorities are, of course, reliability, accuracy, and stable real-time behavior. Knowing that like our code is a part of a safety critical system, it really changes how carefully we design and test everything. Now I will talk about my journey of KAIST, like how I transitioned from KAIST to the Korean industry. So my journey started at KAIST, where I work in the research lab dealing with, as I told you, making some photonic devices to intelligent and inverse design algorithms. And I kind of enjoyed research, but I wanted to move towards industry because firstly I wanted to become a bit more stable, and also like at that point I was not ready for a long-term research commitment, so I decided not to move towards a PhD degree. And at that point, after this realization, I started searching that what are the options to search for a job in Korea. And by my own research, I found out that there are some platforms like Saramin Job Korea, where you can apply for jobs. And I use these job portals, and also my lab mates kind of helped me in like making my resumes in Korean. And also from that Saramin website, I got my first industrial opportunity as a software intern at Next Sensor, where I developed some algorithms for white light interferometry. So after like this first opportunity, I also got a full-time job at my current company, and I've been working here for 2 years now. So like I want to say that it's like when you go into an industry and work in the R&Ds, it is also like you are doing research. So you don't have to like choose between research and industry. If you are want to shift after your master's degree towards industry, it is also very easy. It's not a big challenge, and like your research experience can become a foundation of how you will join industry later. Okay, now I will like briefly told you that about my connections at KAIST. So one of the big advantage for me for studying in Korea at KAIST was that I built a lot of international networks. And I didn't realize it at first, but the people like you meet in the lab, in classes and conferences can like play a huge role in your career later. So you should like always network with your peers. And also like one of my group mate, he was he has worked in Samsung for a long time, and then he joined our lab. So he kind of when I gave the test for Samsung, he kind of guided me a lot and told me like you can buy this book and you can do practice in this way. So it's very important. And also like the work you present at conferences and how you speak your ideas up is very useful in interviews later and for developing your soft skills. So if you are currently a student, like I would encourage you to like treat every presentation, poster session, or like seminar not as only an academic event, but also like a networking opportunity. Because the person you meet there can become your future colleagues and references when you later apply for the jobs. Now let's talk about when I joined the industry and the reality of working in like Korea for the first time. So transitioning from like student life to industry is kind of a big step, and doing it in some another country also and adds another layer of challenge, especially if you are alone. And when I first joined this current company, then I had to adopt not only to like technical tools but also to different working style and environment. So you have to understand the Korean business etiquettes and how the team make decision, how they communicate with their seniors. and I was like in case of the culture, I had to think like when I was in academia, I don't have any fixed hours, but in industry you have to like kind of work for fixed hours to. So in the biggest challenge for me was like I was like 9 to 6 is like continuous, it never ends, and also like you have to like sometime go into an environment where there is micromanagement, like your team leader, he asks you for progress daily, but in labs you are kind of like they want something perfect from you but give you time for that as well. And also like there are too many things going on your mind at one time, like you have to manage your work as well as your personal life at same time, because when you're in your university, for example, when I was in KAIST, there are some things that university do for yourself and you kind of get pampered by the university, but when you move from university to living alone and joining some industry, you have to do all of the things by yourself. Like you have to pay your rents by yourself, you have to see when is your visa expiring, and the immigration office is possibly not in your current locality, like in your university you always get some immigration office. So it's also like adds some kind of challenges when you start working in a new country. Okay. Yeah, and then the key for me was to like stay humble and curious, and I tried to observe how others behave in the meetings and how they talk to managers, and over time I learned these things. And also I got to know that Korean companies do value your strong technical skills. So that's why if you are from some another culture but you have good technical skills, then you can bring a lot of value to the team and they really respect that thing. Let's just now talk a bit about the Korean work culture and expectations. So there are like professional in terms of professional norms in Korea. So there is kind of a like a hierarchy. You should know who how to talk to a senior, because you have to really talk to the senior with respect, and you in communication style also, like for the senior person, you have to like even if you kind of disagree on something, you have to communicate it in a way to maintain harmony. And also for work environment, there is like they prefer a lot of uh, group kind of discussions to come to a conclusion, and also like they in after work they also prefer to like build relationships in some informal gatherings. In work they will always be busy with you working, but when like you have some informal dinners or informal events, they will get to know you on a personal level. And also during long working hours, you are expected to do things pali pali, and there are also like social activities as I told you, and like work life balance is kind of like improving in the technical sector in Korea. Even if you have some kind of a long project, if you can complete it like in 9 to 6, nobody expects you to work late. And I want to like mention it that it is I have worked with two companies in Korea, so my perspective will be based on those companies, so I cannot really generalize it. Yeah, and also want to mention about my experience as a Muslim engineer in Korean tech. So before joining, like when I was about to graduate, I had some special concerns before joining companies that will my culture or my food and my prayer requirements will be respected and or not. So but when I give the interview in my current company, so I was pleasantly surprised that they themselves asked me about like my food requirements. And now when I like go to our team lunch, so there it's not that it's everything is possible for me to eat, but there are many vegetarian options from which I can choose and eat. And also like they have some they give me some flexible schedule to pray because we have to pray in some specific timings. And also like there are some special events like Eid. So if for that, if it's coming in a work day, so my manager respects that and also give me a annual leave for that day. So it's kind like if you bring value to your team and bring technical skills to your team, so they embrace the diversity, so they value your skills a lot. And also like no matter how you dress up, like they say, it's you can be as comfortable as you want, just you have to do the work we are assigning you. So in this way they are also very it was like a very good and pleasant experience for me as till now. And apart from my own company, to the companies that I also give the that I also give like interviews, they were also very kind of respectful in that way. And always in my interviews I was asked, okay, so you wear hijab, so you're Muslim, so okay, we have these prayer spaces for you. They themselves mention these things. Yeah, and now like to talk about some language and communication challenge, because it's definitely one of the biggest challenges. Even like if you talk like about basic things like let's go for lunch, the technical vocabulary in firmware sensors and embedded system is difficult. And when you graduate, even if you know basic Korean, you don't know the technical Korean, so you will find difficulty uh, because some of the documentation might only be available in Korean. Also, not everyone in the company is comfortable speaking in English. There are some people, but not everyone. So there can be a gap on both sides. So common language challenges are like there's some technical vocabulary gap, and also documentation only available in Korean, and also like some cultural communication style like which you have to get to know after joining the company. So what I do to make an effective communication is I try to keep the documentation in both languages, and you have to kind of see how good code comments and diagrams and consistent conventions are used in your company. And also like I do some kind of language exchanges with colleagues, helping them with their English, and they in turn like help me with some basic Korean during lunch hours. So and also like one of the major thing we are using these days is AI tools, which we can use to make our communication smoother. So it take patience, but it like gets better with time. And yeah, also like beyond university, I want to say that I will like talk about how I build network through exhibitions. So like events like there are Semicon Korea or ICPI week that our company attended. Researcher engineers from many different fields and also from around the world are participating in these exhibitions. I also had like a chance to stand at our company booth and explain about our products and answer like questions from visitors. So this helped me improve my communication skills and also understand what customers and partners care about. And walking around these exhibition also expose you to some kind of cutting edge technologies and marketplaces, and you can see what competitors are doing, where the industry is heading. So I highly recommend people who plan to go into industry that they should start networking very early. And like now, let's talk about some kind of technical stories about the work I'm doing as a firmware developer in Korea. This project is about the development of optical oxygen sensor, and it shows how like embedded system, hardware, and signal processing all are together used to make a robust system. So core of this is like a microcontroller which accept analog signals and that goes through some kind of amplification and filtering. And in my case, I use the EFM32 family microcontroller. And on the firmware, we implement like algorithms to process the signal, compensate for temperature, and detect when oxygen levels go out of the safe range. And because it's a safety critical system, so we follow very strict design and testing procedures. We have to like observe the sensors for about like 5 or 6 months, and then we observe its response time, robustness, again noise, and how it behave in harsh industrial environments. Similarly, there is another device that I've been working on is an NDIR gas sensor, which detect specific gas molecules, and they are also widely used for carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide detection. And also here the key is to select the right sensor module and understand their interfaces, how like I2C SPI, and the design proper signal conditioning. So in firmware we also implement like noise filtering, temperature compensation, and some mathematical models to estimate the gas concentration accurately. And reliability and speed are very key in these kind of systems because it need to respond fast to protect the people. Okay, so alright, okay. So now let us talk about like debugging and optimization in real projects, because in the life of a firmware developer, when you make a program, the next step is like you almost never have a perfect thing at first. So they are a huge part of our firmware developer daily life. So we often like work with like limited memory and CPU power, so you have to be very careful about resource usage. At the same time, like industrial environments are very tough, so there is vibration, electrical noise, temperature changes, electromagnetic interferences. So you have some real-time requirements also, like you have some certain tasks must finish in certain deadlines. For example, you cannot be late to detect that this gas is leaking. So to handle this, we have to optimize the algorithm, manage the memories very carefully, and we also use tools like oscilloscope, logic analyzers, and debuggers to trace the issues. And we run long-term tests and like stress tests to make sure the system remains stable, as I told you in previous slide as well. So now let's just talk about the people who are like interested in knowing about what a firmware developer do and how can they if they are interested about joining an industry where they want to work as a firmware developer. So first we like kind of hardware level drivers for sensor communication interfaces like I2C, SPI, and UART, and various peripherals like timers or ADCs. So for this you have to understand data sheets and timing requirements. Second, we kind of implement real-time logic, translating the mathematical models and requirements into the efficient C or C++ code. And we need to think about like interrupts, task schedulings, and real-time behaviors. And also we work closely with hardware engineers on board designs and PCB designs and manufacturing issues. And we also like create test frameworks and participate in the debugging sessions. And also we kind of write technical and documentation and specifications for the products we have made. So they are kind of like a bridge between the hardware and high level software firmware developers. And now for the people who are interested in knowing about the scope and technical skill required to succeed in the firmware development role, you have some kind of skills that are very necessary. So on programming side, you need like solid embedded C++ skills, handling registers, memory management, and understanding concepts like interrupts, concurrency, etc. And on the hardware side, you should be like very comfortable with interfaces like UART, SPI, I2C, ADCs, timers, GPIOs, and experience with like debugging tools like GTAG, SWD, logic analyzers. This is also very important. But of course, you don't need everything known to you from the beginning. But if you have a good foundation in embedded system from your bachelor's, you can start growing your skills in this area. And also embedded Linux is also very into in the market these days. And also there are many Korean startups who are hiring people in this. I saw many openings in this field, so you can like develop your skills in this area if you want to excel as a firmware developer. Also, like there are long-term career paths on technical side, like you can be a senior firmware engineer, system architect, or embedded system specialist. You can also like join the leadership track and be a team leader, manager, or a director. And for the specialization, you maybe want to do some kind of AI or machine learning integrations special task in the embedded system domain, or for some security or for some IoT devices. So you can like specialize in this way as well. In Korea, typically for 1 to 3 years, you stay as a junior developer, and then for 3 to 7, like you can develop into senior engineer to a system architect. And late career is like 7+ year where you can become a director or a chief technical officer. So now I have some advice for international students who want to grow as a firmware developer in the Korea. So you have to firstly start with planning your future, see if you are really interested in a field, not only for like firmware developer journal for everyone who is doing a master's degree and want to plan their future. So try to explore what you want to do in the future, and then start developing practical skills in that from the time you are from your time right now. And also the must part is that you should, because you are in a foreign country, so you should build professional networks. You should join meetups, conferences, and professional groups, and your advisor can also be beneficial in giving you some professional connections, so use that. For me, I also build a lot of connections through job portals. I was interviewed by multiple companies like Nexensor, SoftEye, Soul Robotics, AIT, and HME. So I also have these long-term relationship with the company CEOs, and I exchange with them my Kakao Talk contacts. So the best tip for you to do networking is whenever you get any opportunity, if it's not even related to your work a bit, just go and meet the person, and maybe you will get some new perspective or a long-term friend, if not. So yeah, so as I told you in the previous slide, that for building professional connections, you can use your research that you're doing right now, your university connections, or maybe join some professional communities like IEEE, and participate in embedded system and firmware development groups, specifically for people who want to grow as a firmware developer. And also you can use the job portals, because I think that building relationship with Korean professional through this portal is a very good step. And also participate in the social event and activities. And for me, I found a mentor through a job portal. He is the CEO of Nexensor Inc., and he kind of guided me a lot in my career development. So it's like you never know who you're gonna meet if you start building connections, and those people help you a lot later. So I don't know enough Korean, and I found a lot of opportunities. So I want to motivate you that you can also use this path. And also for job search, you can use Saramin, Job Korea, Indeed, LinkedIn, or People in Job, or Incruit. Also for language development, I will suggest to you that if you are in your university right now, you might have many international colleagues who also want to learn Korean, so you can study in group and participate and talk with each other, because when you later transition to industry, it is possible that you live alone and you might not have any study partner. So it's very important that you start doing it in your university. And also use if you work in industry, then 9 to 6 is very challenging, so sometimes you don't even in weekends you are busy, so you can do some online courses from different websites, and also start practicing yourself, or use some apps. Like I use Duolingo, and also Tuida a bit use it, so you can use this app. And also how to study Korean, it's a website, they also have an app, and also you can use that, because I think it taught me really well about the basics. So yeah, this is all I wanted to share with you, and it has been a pleasure sharing these insights with you. And I also want, if you have any specific queries, you can reach out to me through my email or my LinkedIn. And I would really want to acknowledge KIRD for giving me an opportunity to present my career here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sabaina. It was a great informative session. So now let's move on to our second phase of a Q&A session. So today, seminar is open to everyone. So if you have any questions or thoughts or any comments during the session, please feel free to share that on the chat. So we will have a discussion time after the speakers talk, so we can explore your idea and question together. So if you are ready, please just to put that on the chat so we can check it and we can answer for that one. Okay, now we will move on to our pre-received questions. So we will answer for some of the questions that we already received while we have some registration time. So first question is, how did you overcome the challenges you encounter as a Muslim?
Yeah, as I told in my slide, briefly covered that. Actually, I didn't felt anything till now about any challenge as a Muslim here. So for my sometimes for food I feel it's challenging. So I make my own lunchbox and took it to the company, and I get some vegetables or fish almost always. So it's also not a big issue. And for prayer, I told you that my manager is understanding and he gave me a place to pray. And also I don't know about other companies, but to the interviews I have been giving till now, they always tell you that yeah we have some seminar room, you can pray there, and it will be comfortable for you. So if they see you that you have skills, then they will be automatically not think about much about the cultural or differences. So they welcome diversity if you have skills. So this is only food is, I think, a challenge for me and nothing else.
Then Gas DNA already had some knowledge about Muslim, so this means
yeah, that's right. That's right. And also not from my own perspective, there were also I have many Muslim friends because all of my friends maybe are from Pakistan mostly. So all of them who graduated from KIRD are now working in Korea in some companies as a Muslim. And from no friend I have ever listened that they face any difficulty in managing their prayers or doing or maybe they have some food difficulties, but not in the sense of their dress up or in the sense of their prayer timings.
Oh, great. It's nice to hear that. Okay. Maybe we can move on to the second questions. What were the biggest challenges you faced as a foreign engineer when transitioning from academia to industry in Korea, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah, so my biggest challenge was because I have to start working in a highly structured teams. In my academic role, I used to work by myself, and there was no teamwork. But in my current role, like for example, the hardware designer is someone else. Someone else is designing the PCB and the hardware, and then they give me, and then I have to write the firmware for that. And then it is possible that there is some kind of hardware issue, and I spend hours thinking that because of me this product is not working. But then it is not because of me, but because of some other person in the team. So it was kind of like I also had some communication issue with them. So like working in some kind of teamwork, it was difficult for me because I was doing my I used to work by myself. So it was this one was the biggest challenge. And also speed, because in academia I think they give you I don't know, but my professor was like this, that they want, because they want some kind of novel idea, so they give you time to accomplish that thing, and they want to make some good thing, but they give you time. But in industry they want something robust, workable solution and fast. So they have some deadlines, so you have to adjust to do those deadlines. For example, manager will say that give us the first prototype in 2 weeks. So it is possible. I understood that he don't want something very good, but he wants that it should be some workable solution within 2 weeks. So adjusting to that kind of speed was a bit challenging. And also adjusting to 9 to 6 was very big challenge for me, because in my my academy, I don't have any lab timings, and mostly people don't have, like, they are free to work in any hours they want. So I felt that working continuously for 8 hours without any break. So this is like, there are many companies who encourage like working by yourself in your hours, but my company has like kind of timing. So yeah, that was kind of.
So in this case, you normally finish your work at 6 p.m. or are you working overtime?
No, I finish at 6 p.m. That is a good in our company, that they don't ask you for overtime.
So you while you are talking, you mentioned that maybe some of the communication issue or something. So are you speaking Korean or English in your company?
I speak in English.
English.
Yeah.
So most of the people around you can speak English.
There are some people like to which I have communication issues. They speak in Korean, and there in our team there are like 4 internationals and 3 Koreans. So there are too many internationals. So yeah, and apart from that international, someone also knows Korean. So if sometime I cannot communicate, he tell them that you should do this in this way. So it's
can I know the nationality of these 4 non-Korean?
Yeah, 2 from Pakistan and 2 from Vietnam.
Oh, nice. So very open to the global talent.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that you work with other people and there are some kind of a communication issue and something could be happen, but you are working now alone. So
yes.
how about your cases? What is the biggest challenge there?
So I'm now a startup founder, and I completely understand her manager, the speed. So the biggest challenge was for me the mindset shift. In the lab, we usually focus on the novelty and perfection. It means we are writing perfect paper and trying to getting very high accuracy as possible. But in the industry, basically in a startup, the speed is very crucial metric. I think if we look at the speed of those startups, we can like say that this startup will be successful or not. So speed is very crucial one. So that's why now I should now change my mindset. Basically, it means that I should like develop my prototype as fast as possible, and then shift it, like deliver it to the customers and receive feedback and develop based on the feedback, and this iteration should be very fast.
Try and learn and try and improve.
Exactly. Try, learn.
But when you are releasing something, you feel like it is not perfect. You feel like a very stressful to release it, right?
It's very uncomfortable. It's very dirty, very buggy. If I click some button, it just makes some errors and something like that.
As R&D people, mostly it is very hard to just giving those product release not in a perfect condition.
That's right.
So definitely, but that as a speed is really important,
Very
especially in the IT area.
Yes.
So definitely, even you don't feel satisfied about the condition, but still you have to let them go.
Yes. Let
Something
them
to
go
happen.
and receive some feedback.
Is this thing something happened to you also?
Yeah, that's right. For me, like I was stuck in when I was designing optical oxygen sensor. So I was stuck in some drifting issue in my device. Like they said that just test it. So I tested with my initial prototype, and it was like there was nothing changed in the environment, but the oxygen reading without any external oxygen supply, it was going increasing day by day. So it was definitely some kind of bug in my software or hardware. So I because the software was kind of uploading very correctly, nothing problematic. So I thought that it's a hardware issue. We tried many like months spent on hardware, and then I found out that it's not only that you wrote something, you have to like be very careful about in systems like this. You have to be very careful about timing requirements. So it was kind of like I have to rewrite the whole thing from the start, and at that time I realized that the speed is very important, because even if you speed is important, but you have to also like do things in a good way. But
Yes.
just because of the speed, I could not just focus on that thing and give my first prototype, and then I have to redesign it because for the previous months I could not just focus on that thing. So yeah.
Without the company giving you a pressure, you yourself as this R&D people, normally you yourself are giving a pressure.
Yeah.
Your standard is very high.
Yeah.
So definitely even they say that it is okay, but still you are not willing
Satisfied.
to
Yeah.
give your products. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What unique opportunity does Korea offer to engineers or founder compared to other countries? Maybe you can answer first.
Okay. Yeah, I think that in Korea, certain fields are very established. For example, sensors, display, tech. So, semiconductor field. So you can like, if you want to grow in these fields, then Korea is a good place for you, because they will mostly, and many startups here I have seen that they are working toward very novel ideas from the beginning. For example, I gave an interview in HME Scare, so they are working on some non-invasive glucose monitoring system, and it's an idea we just thought about this, that if it's possible or not. So they are working on this, and side by side, like I had met with Soft ICO, so they were like working on IR glasses, sorry, AI based glasses, and those AI based glasses are being developed by Meta right now. So it's like Meta is a big name, we all know. So like the ideas, I thought that they were really good and really really very innovative. So when you join the companies like this, yeah, you can like they put the responsibility on you from the very beginning. So maybe in some other countries where these technical innovations are not that much, you are not going to work on the in the industry towards the side you want. But in case of Korea, for example, in my case, they also put I am designing some kind of safety critical system, but they put the responsibility of the whole sensor on me. So in this way, you kind of like learn a lot. So it's not like they will say, okay, you are junior engineer, so just do a basic task. They expect you to learn fast. So if someone who wants to grow in tech, he or she comes to Korea, then they can develop their skills a lot in first 2 to 3 years. So this is very unique. And one thing I also want to mention, that in Korea, compared to like in Europe or US, if you join a company, their global talent is very saturated already.
In Korea, you mean?
No.
In other
the other countries,
Mm.
it's very saturated already. But in Korea, if you want, if you stay as an international in Korean tech companies, so you bring a very unique perspective to their team,
Yes.
and also that in some cases they have some meetings from companies. For example, our company has meeting from people from Germany. So when I joined those meetings, there are some things that only I can understand in a technical way, and also I can communicate it to my leader. So it kind of give me a positive light, and it brings my value into my team as an international. So that is also very important.
So you have some kind of a unique value that you can contribute to Korean because of
Yeah, that's right. Because of also the for example, my company, the company is established for a long time now. So the older people are like, they are very strict in like they only communicate in Korean. So if I join those meetings and I communicate with English, and then later to tell them about the things, so it's like kind of help them a lot.
So once they are having a view about global expansions, definitely that if they have a global talent in their company, definitely that is the benefit.
Yeah, that's right.
Then I think your
And
company.
also many startups want to move towards like I have seen that they want to move towards US or
yes.
Europe. So
Yeah, they want to expand.
yeah.
Yeah, they are expecting.
So they expect more global talent
Yes.
into their companies.
But I think you are very good handling of those pressure. They have a very high expectation on you. Then you are try to make use of their expectation into your growth engine, right?
Yeah.
That is one of the positive mindsets that you have, I think. Okay, so I think this question is also for you because of any benefit that you found in Korea as an entrepreneur.
So I think Korea offer a very unique environment that is very hard to find elsewhere in the world. I think the first thing is, as a founder, I was worried about my visa to start a business, and Korea has some specific types of visas. For example, my visa is F27S, so which is residence visa, and I can freely start a business. And also there is a startup visa, which is D84. So actually this week I met an Indonesian girl who got that visa, and she is now building her startup. So I think because of those visas, I was able to transition from a student to a founder smoothly. That's the one benefit. And second benefit is Korea offer, like, there is massive opportunities for startups.
Especially for global talent.
Yeah, especially for global talent. The one example is there is a center called Global Startup Center.
Global Startup Center.
That's only for foreigners. So they offer some office shared space, and I can use this space to register my company. And also they offer some consulting services.
Is it free?
It's free. All are free. So, and for example, when I incorporate my company, I need like fill out many documents. They give us some consultings. They help us. And also there are many programs. For example, from the government. For example, the most popular one is TIPS. It's like tech incubator program for startup. And also there are program called like Campus Town and so on. So the opportunities, I think, very massive in Korea. And also the support is increasing because of the AI. And last, I think one of the very good one is the global talent in Korea. There are many smart people in Korea, so I can like we can collaborate together and leverage those people. So this is, I think, also the Korea, the culture is actually very good. The
Really?
Bali culture.
Bali culture. It's
like
good, or it has a benefit also, but it
Yeah.
has also something challenging.
Yeah, pros and cons.
Yeah.
But for a startup, speed is very important.
Yes,
So
yes.
Bali culture is very good. So I want to move very fast, and it helps us.
He will be like my manager.
Yeah. Some people, not only the global talent, Korean people also struggle with this Bali culture, but like you, we get used to it. So once you are here, without anything, you feel you already in that speed. You may feel like something different when you are going back your country or in other country. You feel like what so slow documentation and all this.
That's right.
Banking system, all these things are very fast. So in here the service is good, but that pressures, that kind of speed is expecting to you also, right?
Yes.
That is something common in here. Okay, thank you very much for sharing. Very good, two different perspective. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. What are the options for researcher to be recognized as the best researcher? Wow. What would be the options for researcher to be recognized as a good researcher?
I kind of don't understand this question because it's kind of very general question. But like, if you want to be recognized as the best researcher, I think that firstly you should be interested in the research you are doing, and don't do it with the motivation in your mind that I have to do publications, like I have to write about it. Do something that that kind of have an impact on the life of people or in your field. It's kind of solving something. So when you will approach a problem with this mindset, then whatever you will produce, even if you make some kind of publication through it, it's going to be high impact, I think so. Because it's very important that you should have interest in what you are doing. I hope it's what the person asked.
Yeah, I also agree with her. So usually, especially in my case, when I was a student, I was focusing on the number of citations and targeting top tier journal or conference. I think they are good, but the most important thing is the solving the problem.
Solving the problem.
In this world, there are many problems.
Many problems always. Yeah.
And some of them are very painful. Some people are suffering from those problems, and if you like solve those problems, that's very valuable, and that will make us best researcher. I think.
If you contribute to solve the problems or I think the result, because I cannot deny that Korean environment is more result oriented. So they want to see the result. So the process, journey is also important. However, normally people judge by the result. So how many paper or how many research, something that you have, that is something important to show the performance, right?
Yeah.
They are
That's right.
kind of the number of paper that you have issue, all these things. So if you are crazy about your own major things, that will be the best options that can be recognized. Okay, next question is a foreigner. Do you think it have the barrier with your coworker? How do you deal with that? Coworker means maybe Korean.
Korean
Yeah.
people.
So when you are working with a Korean, do you think any barrier?
Yeah, of course. The biggest is communication. So
Language, you mean the
language barrier.
language barrier?
Yeah. So I try to basically we try to talk through AI. Sometimes if we have, otherwise in my company I usually don't have much to deal with people who speak Korean. And also for my team leader, I have to submit a document about our work schedule. So that is also submitted by translation, writing it into Korean. So that is the only time you have to talk to it about him. And also there is, for every project, there is a person from you responsible communicating to your manager. So that person, he already knows Korean, so I don't have this kind of challenge.
In your company, is there any conditions like a topic or that kind of condition to apply?
Topic?
Korean language.
Topic?
Yeah.
You can, if you want to, for example, my visa is F27 and there are points in the visa for language. So you can start learning language from beginning if you want to have a plan to live in Korea for the long time.
So they don't have any requirements for the
No, it's not required in our company.
So in some company they require some
Yeah,
kind of a
that's
level
right.
3 or
Yeah,
level
yeah.
4, something
Yeah,
like this. So
I think in Samsung it's a requirement now.
level 3 now.
Yeah.
That's what I
level
heard.
3,
Yeah, level 3. And also some other company, big company, like a level 4. Some are
Yeah,
even
that's
level
right.
5.
Yeah,
So.
you cannot even apply without your
Yes,
topic
you have
test.
to put in there, but they also sometimes giving you some times to achieve that level, but
Yeah.
the period is not that long. So this means that once you are interested in the applying for the big company, major company, definitely the topic is something you need to consider.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe for that you can just join some company that is okay with you working in English, and in that time develop your skills and try to give topic and then go for big companies if you want.
So if when you apply for the job, so this you consider about this Korean language level requirements. So you.
Yeah, I was worried because in my master, of course, I was so busy and also come to Korea 1 year. I did it in online setting, so I had a lot of pressure for research in the last year. So I cannot develop my skills that properly. But I was like, oh, if I will survive or not, or I will get a job or not. But then I found out that many people were willing to hire despite the language barrier.
Good.
So, but when you work, of course, you face a bit of
challenging.
these challenges. So, basic step should be that you should communicate daily interactions in Korean. If it's fine, then you can start learning technical as well.
I'm curious one thing. So when you write a report, do you write in English or
I write
Korean?
in Korean.
In Korean?
Like you, I write in English and then I had to translate it and then send it to our team leader.
So you can understand, you can read the Korean or?
I can read it, but of course, not every word I can understand it.
I have another question. So when you apply for the job in Saramin or somewhere, is that job opening is specifically telling that they are welcoming non-Korean or something? They are just recruiting whoever, Korean mostly, but you just apply?
Okay, for the first time I applied, I don't know about this, that there are companies who specially mentions that foreigners are welcome. So I kind of like, you basically put your skills into the job portal and then it automatically through AI suggests you the top jobs. So I just put my resumes through all jobs. But later I found out that this is very good thing that you mentioned, that you can like Veigugin, you can search it on the top and you can find out the opportunities that specifically they are looking for foreigners, because then your hiring chances get increased. So you can do it in that way. For me, I got opportunities without any they didn't mention that it want foreigner, but yeah, I made my resume in Korean actually. So at the first step they don't know if I can communicate or not in of course I wrote there in my languages that I just know English, but still they were willing to take an interview.
So this means that not only try to apply for the foreigner preference companies, whatever, whatever show that you are interested in, just apply first. Of course, it is better to be in Korean, but later they will see you and interview you and judge you whether you are applied proper for that one.
I also like to mention that there are some people in some companies that approach me by myself, and then when I later communicated on call and they were like, oh, okay, you don't know Korean, sorry, we cannot take interview, then this also happens. So what I did now in my Saramin, that I mentioned that my Korean language skills are basic, so I don't know, maybe it won't be possible for me to give a technical interview in Korean. So in that case, only those companies, like some companies also approach you by seeing your skills by themselves. So in that case, they don't then approach you at this stage. I thought it is necessary otherwise.
So you apply, they say, oh, if you don't speak Korean, okay, we cannot.
There are also such companies.
So then you say, oh, I also don't need you. So I don't need you. You can feel like that because it happened because not only global talents, now Korean also, they job seeker, they also applied so many, but so many rejection they face. So I don't want them to feel disappointed only Korean or global talent. So this could be happen to anyone, not only global talent. So you just think, okay, you don't like me, okay, I don't like you. So you just think this way. That is the best for you to control your mentality.
But for many, like on especially when you search through LinkedIn, then you will find many companies who want English they don't think about Korean at all, and they are like, you should have these skills as must. So they have kind of like international culture, mostly in Seoul. I think there are many companies. So you can join those companies.
So I'd like to ask you, so you ever thought about the applying for a job?
Yes, I actually, before starting my startup, I have applied like several companies, and I have been accepted in one startup, another company, but I wanted to start my own business, and I said to them, I'm really sorry, I will not join your company, and I rejected the offer and started my own business. So yeah.
So
very risky decision.
What kind of a company is that? They are also welcoming the non-Korean?
Yeah, they are welcoming non-Korean like me. I'm Mongolian, and they are working on some AI like evaluation thing. So some startup company, a very new startup.
So this means those not only big company mostly they have some kind of requirements,
Yeah,
but
that's
this
right.
medium size and the small size startup, they are very welcoming of
Yeah, that's
global
right.
talents. We
Yeah.
can think this way. Okay, so now there are some questions from the floor. So we have some questions. Let's tackle those questions. Now it's time to hear from those who are joining us online. If you have any questions, you can put that on the chat. So now let's move on to the first question. Do you work on CO sensor and MFC? I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
you know, right? Yeah. Are you working there?
Yeah.
Yes. And being a chemistry student, where can I get the industrial job in Korea? Can I secure a job without Korean language?
So I think most of the part we have already answered, but
Mhm.
yeah, I am working on a CO sensor, and I also know about the MFC
Ah.
because it's like for mixing different gas concentrations.
Mm.
But of course, I don't know about what the person really does because he is a chemistry student. Yeah, as we have talked about, without language, you can try
Yes.
making your portals, and I also didn't know language when I get the job. So
Like you mentioned that if you are targeting on a big major company, they have some conditions, requirements of the topic level. So in this case, you can start with a medium or
medium size
startup,
only.
and
Yeah.
you can get some career. Then you can move on
Yeah,
to the
that's
next
right.
step.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there anything you wish you had known earlier in life or in career? Before you come, wow, I should have known this before I come or before I work.
Yeah. Let me think.
Then maybe you can think about. Then how about you?
Now I actually regret.
Regret.
I should have learned Korean actually, to be honest,
Oh.
because now Korean language is now like making me slow down because of language barrier to like to make my startup fast. So now I'm learning Korean language. So if I were a student, I would learn Korean language like slowly, continuously.
Actually, language is something the most challenging because it cannot be done in short periods.
Yeah.
That's why even like every day I am Korean, and many people asking me, how can I study English? How can I speak good English? But what only I can propose is that every day, like a 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So even it is a short time, if you are regularly doing, the language is something like that. So you can come out in a good skill. So if you can speak some, in case of me, because I'm living in Korea and I'm Korean, English is not the environment here. So if I don't speak English, I always losing every day. But in case of you, you are living in Korea, so you can practice in certain way. So
Yeah,
that's
that's right.
supermarket,
Yeah.
you purposely asking some questions. Yeah, you try. So maybe that is something that you can learn at least one or two words and every day. So,
Yeah. Maybe I can like add to it that of course I also like I had 1 year for masters, and in that year I was like so busy into my research. But of course, if you want to do anything, you can just even specify 20 minutes of your day to that activity, and it's about your routine. So for me, that it's like I was always I don't like staying in one place for long. So I think that I should have realized this thing early in my life, that a day you spend in your life is how your life is gonna look in 5 years or 10 years. So I developed some habits after my job, but I wish I knew them earlier. So my future self that is right now, it may have been some more better version of me. So it's like how you plan your day is very important in your long-term success, I think.
So if just imagine about 5 years from now, what you feel sorry about yourself if you haven't done it today. So something maybe think this way, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So future, you don't have to say sorry to your future yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Spend your day like this that you don't have to say sorry to your future self.
Okay, very good question. Yeah. Okay, so next question. Does your current job and what you studied before having big difference? If yes, what are they and how do you convince the company to accept you?
Okay, so what I studied in my bachelor's, in my final year, what I did in my final year project, it's very similar to what I am working right now. But the master's field, if you talk about it, then my master's is different from what I am working in right now. Now the thing is that people might think that I have kind of shifted from my master's to an entirely new career, but for me at that time, it is very important for you to also know what you don't want. So at that time when I was about to graduate, I do know that I don't want to do a PhD in this direction further. So I don't want to do research in this direction, and also know that I want to stay here. So I wanted to gain stability, and after gaining stability you get more privilege and you can make your choices in a more informed and a good way. So for me, going into industry was also one thing was stability and one thing was curiosity. So I also was because I did my master's just after my bachelor, so I was curious about how corporate life is. So for these two reasons, I kind of like moved towards the industry. And when I moved toward industry, I realized that the field I am like did my research in, it is very very in field in research right now. So there are many less established industries in that direction, in the optical devices design through inverse design. You can find many researchers, research labs in Korea that are working in this field, but not established industries. So when you kind of like put your skills in some job portal, you are automatically not gonna get any offer in that direction. So yeah, it's like the current job and my masters have difference. And now the second part, that how do you convince the company to accept you? So I didn't convince them, like I just have the also have the skills in that direction from my final year project, and I showed them, and they also asked me from a demo for that project. So I like showed them how I the video of that project, and also like from the interview, I think they judged it, and from my portfolio about the projects I have made it in my past. So from that, and yeah, about I just talking in this, I got something from the above question, that anything you wish you know in your life earlier. So one thing I know, I want to tell everyone that you have to like kind of document everything that you do. Like any project you do in bachelor's, any project you do in master, make your like GitHub, make your in professional side, just put it anywhere, and make your portfolio. Maybe put it on YouTube or anything.
You leave some kind of records in a document or in a YouTube or video, whatever it is.
Because in bachelor's we do a lot of projects, and after some time we forget where are their technical documentation and everything. So it's very important, because when you go into some professional setting, they ask for you, they don't, you will say that I can make this, but they don't trust you. You have to show them that okay, this is my profile, here is my link to the project. So I didn't do this for my bachelor projects, although I have done a lot of projects. So I regret this right now, that I should have kept all of those things.
So now, participant here, audience, please make sure you try to record and keep something you on your resume, so you can verify that, oh, this is what I have done. Okay. Then how about you about this question? So anything that is different from your majors, and then now the industrial, your startup in products, service?
Not that much big difference in my
Mm.
case. I studied in AI. Specifically, I studied in LLM, large language model, and now I use LLMs. I train small language models, so it's very similar. So not that much big differences.
Nice. So you can apply your skill, what you learned during the master degree, now in your industrial
That's
area.
right.
That's the ultimate the way of vision of the future work, right?
Yes, that's why I studied in KIRD AI.
I heard that in case of Korea, the academia, those subject is very close with the industrial field. So compared to any other country, in Korea mostly their research is having a very small gap, so very easy to apply to the industrial area. That's what I heard from some researchers in Korea.
Yes, right. For example, in our lab, we have several projects from the government. That's a real project, solving real problems. So we are working on those real projects. That's why the gap is, I think.
I see. So in the master degree, you also can have an opportunity.
Yeah, work on those projects.
Right. Okay, so that will be the. Now let's move on to the last question. What is your ultimate goal in your life? Wow, big question.
Big question.
Who can
Ladies
answer?
first.
Yeah.
So I think my ultimate goal in life is to like build a career that I am at peace with, and I can use that to better myself and also care about the people that I live with. So it's like I always want to do things that that kind of make me happy from inside. And for example, as I told previously, that I didn't go into PhD because at that time I was not feeling like it. So for me it's very important to do whatever I do it very happily and at peace. So I see myself also in any career direction. For example, in future, even if I go towards research, I will do it in the field where I am very much interested. So my ultimate goal is to achieve success, but stay at peace with myself, and also through my career or my achievements, I try to make a positive impact on the people that I care about, and also on the society in general. For example, like I am kind of interested in neuromorphic computing these days a lot. So I think it's a futuristic direction, kind of relate to my master a bit, and it could be helpful to the society in general. So I kind of like will use my skills in that direction if I get the opportunity. Sometimes you don't get opportunities in life in the way you want. So in that case, if I got the opportunity, then I will utilize this. But if I don't feel happy or content in doing something, like if I got some opportunity in some field that I don't like, I don't think I will go toward it. So happiness and achieving success both together, I think this is
I hope you can achieve that one in Korea.
ultimate goal.
Yeah. How about your ultimate goal in life?
I think my ultimate goal is to enjoy true love.
Love?
Love.
Oh, suddenly, new word.
New word.
New word for today. Yeah, it's
Very
love.
new
Okay.
word,
Could
yeah.
you more specify about what is the meaning of love here?
So I want to penetrate this world deeply. I want to enjoy very true freedom and very true love. And I want to penetrate my woman, my future wife. deeply.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I hope it could be happen in Korea then.
Yeah.
Yeah, really hope. Yeah.
So how I do it, basically I have I have some gifts, and I want to use those gifts.
What gift do you have?
like AI.
Ah.
In my life, there are many gifts.
Uh-huh.
My family, and basically, based on those gifts, I want to fully use all of them to penetrate this world and understand and enjoy the true freedom and true love.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like a bit strange listening this word love in here, but first time to listen it. But that is really important
Yeah,
part.
This
Yeah,
ultimate goal.
yeah,
the
this is a
question
very fundamental things. Without love about your work, about your life, about your family,
Yeah,
actually it
that's
is
right.
very
Yes,
hard to
yeah.
continue our life. Right?
Saranghe.
Very important part. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for the answering the questions. So thank you for being here. We hope this talk will be helpful for you. And let's see here, quick closing thoughts from each of our guests. What do you think is the session?
Yeah, it was a very good session about sharing my career's perspective, and I also hope that people have, the graduate students who are watching this, kind of got some thing from it, and they can apply that into their future as well. And I hope that they grow into their futures.
Great. And how about?
Yeah, this was very wonderful session, and the talk was very
Lovely.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah, very informative.
It's very
Yeah.
helpful
Yeah.
for foreigners, and I just want to say very small things. So, from my perspective, we are now entering to AI society, and one thing is very obvious: AI will disrupt almost all industries. So, I think this opportunity is very rare in human life if you look at the human history. So we should use these opportunities to benefit from this change, this moment. So this is very interesting moment. So yeah, let's use this moment.
You mentioned
You
that
are
it's-
using that.
Yeah, I'm using it. That's why I actually rejected that company. I wanted to start my own
Yeah,
business.
you have to make us something proofful result that is something that can verify that yes, it's worth to reject that company, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned that it is small thing, but actually this is a very big things. Yeah. Okay. Now I think it is a time to close our sessions. If you like to stay connected with the researcher who joined today, then you can leave your LinkedIn. Okay, so we also leave our Padlet link on the chat, so you can go there and you can leave your profile. And you can also find our speaker and panelists LinkedIn there, so you can connect it with them, and you can send a message and ask the secrets behind it. How can something they may not share or something, you can ask a more private question or more personal question that you are interested in the career job searching. Okay, so in addition, we also have a KakaoTalk channel where you share updated information there. Feel free to join if you'd like to stay informed. And thank you so much for joining us today. And this was the final career talk for this year, but it will continue next year. And your participations made it truly meaningful. We hope today's discussion were helpful as you continue building your career here in Korea. We look forward to seeing you again next year with even more practical and inspiring session. Have a warm and restful end of the year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.